This is the Our Day Off podcast here at King of the Hammers 2026, and we're here with Max Gordon. And me and Max actually had a little bit of fun last year in the desert. We ended up broke about the same spot, and I ended up towing you all the way back to Dave's last year here at King of the Hammers.
That was actually pretty cool. We I think, would you have front wheel drive only?
Rear wheel, broke the whole front diff.
Rear wheel drive only, and I was broke. He pulled up like, "Hey, can you give me a little tow?" And he's like, "Well, I don't have front wheel drive." I'm like, "Well, let's see how far we can get. We'll just unhook, and then if you get stuck, whatever, just leave me there. I'll get my guys." And we made it all the way. We went to that military, didn't we? And the military was like, "You guys can't come here." And we're like, "Oh, we're just going over here. We're with Dave." And they kind of held us there. We had to get out, talk to him, and no, that was good.
Yeah, it was an interesting experience for sure. It's kind of an unfortunate day when you meet like that, in the middle of the desert with broke cars, but welcome to Hammers, right?
Yeah, that's
so
Hammers.
You just got done doing qualifying, dude. How'd it go?
Looks like we're P1 in class. I think 7th overall right now. We could be 6th overall, just depending on what happens here in a little bit. We'll see what's going on. But no, it was a good run. We just stayed consistent, and I really did not want to work on my car tonight, so I just wanted to stay consistent through the rocks and just try and make my time up a little bit in the infield. But we had an ethanol sensor go bad, but I think if we had a little bit more power without the ethanol sensor, we would have been, I think, closer to P1. But I'm happy with where we're sitting. We got a bunch of good guys up front. They know what they're doing, so hopefully it doesn't create a bottleneck. Sometimes starting in the back helps get through the bottlenecks because they're normally cleared up before you get there. So it looks like we're in a good spot right now, and then we'll push hard in the desert and be good.
Yeah, you kind of favor the desert. Yes, is that a true statement? I mean, it seems like you guys are racing a lot of desert.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. Is the desert race, and the rock thing is definitely another factor to it. There's a lot of thinking and methodical. How am I going to get through there the best way, the fastest way, the cleanest way? You don't want to get out of the car the whole time. Like we had a few issues the year before we had running stock tie rods and just smashing rocks, kept bending them. So that was really our only issues running. My dad got third one year in a production car. I think the first year we came here. This year we got stock cars, but the only thing we've changed on them is we put 6061 billet tie rods on the front of that thing, and I think we should be good.
Right on, man. The cars sounded sick when you guys fired them up out there. They have a very unique sound to them.
Yeah, you definitely know if it's a speed car or not, because it has that different tone to it.
For sure. So have you drove any other vehicles? I've never been in a speed car. I've seen you guys for years, perfecting these cars and building and changing. And are they where you want them now? Has it finally come full circle, or are we still tweaking?
Well, let's go back 3 years from now. We couldn't even get a car to the start line, but now we're racing production cars and right out of the factory, literally showroom car. We bring it here, and we basically all we did is put Starstreams on it and tie rods, and that's really it. So I think we're getting really, really close. We stock trannies, stock front diffs, like literally as stock as they can be. And I think we're close to where we want them for a production vehicle. Now, if we wanted to go race mod class, there's obviously a few things we'd change to go compete with those guys. Like there's 30 seconds on the table right there just in changing gear ratios and front diff overdrive and just a whole bunch of different things you can do. Run a smaller tire. Like we literally just ran a 35-inch tall rock tire and let it eat. There's a bunch of things we could change to where we could make them, 30 seconds faster right there. But for a production vehicle and driving it off the showroom for a customer to come buy a speed race car is definitely where we want them to be.
Right on. I mean, they've come a long way, and like I said, they sound bad to the bone, man. When you guys are out there starting them up and leaving the line and everything, so it's exciting for me to see a different company, and especially one you and your dad have been working on and kind of making changes and perfecting along the way as a racer. Not no other brand that I know of is built and tested by racers.
Yeah, like basically my whole race program, other than this RPM Geyser deal, I've prepped and worked on anything you can think of that I've driven. So there's been definitely no free rides and lots of late nights, blood, sweat, and tears working these things out. But we definitely have came, big steps fast. We started designing this car, 6 years ago? And now we're 6 years in, and we got the car like exactly how we want it, and it's damn good.
Sweet, man. It's really cool to see you guys doing that. So do you have any sort of tips or tricks for anybody that's going to come out and race Hammers, especially do you have another group of guys that are out here racing speeds?
Yeah, we have Gomez Brothers has got a few of them. Their kids are going to race the rock race as well, but they're just going to take a rear start. They're going to race a youth race in the same car. We got Brandon Sorensen or Cameron Sorensen is in one too. There's definitely a handful of speed cars now that you're seeing kind of consumer built of what they've thought that needs to happen. And then, they ask us and we give them our input and, we hook them up and tell them what they need to do. And definitely, I think I saw 3 or 4 other speed cars racing. I can't remember if they're racing the desert race or the rock race, but I definitely saw a few of them out here. And then Parker, there was a few there. So you're seeing more and more and more. Like at Nora, there's about 25 speed cars that race. And, that's a good time because you're all in the same car. So
Right.
It's fun to be able to like help the competitor. Hey, you know how to fix this? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's definitely cool knowing how to be able to help the other people racing. Cause you do so much stuff on them. Like you're able to, hey, why is this not starting? Why is this not working? You know what to do already. And
Yeah. Well,
that's a cool part.
if there's anybody to ask, it's you guys. You guys have put, like you said, blood, sweat, and tears into these cars. And so them inside and out. I mean, like I said, you're a racer who's built a car. So you're the best knowledge. It's super cool to see. And as far as hammers this year, do you have like a particular plan? You're going for checkers or wreckers? Or are we trying to methodical and make it to the finish?
No, I think desert, we're just going to stay, race the desert race or the first lap and just, see where we're at. Cause there's a lot of guys that, push hard in the desert and it's going to bite them in the ass. They got to make it through at least the second lap and see where you're at. Then going on the third lap, if you're sitting, if you're able to make up, it's called 10 minutes out of lead, fucking go. If you're third and you're an hour out, it's not worth it. Cruise. So basically we're just going to play it by day and see where we end up on the last lap and see if we need to push or not. If we're not in a good spot to go for the win and we're in a podium spot, we're just going to cruise it around.
Right on, man. And not to change the subject at all, but I have to ask you, I've seen some videos of you driving a trophy truck and I've heard it's dual engine.
Yeah, that's so Clyde Stacy actually kind of funds that whole thing, or he does fund that whole thing. That's it's kind of been his dream to build a twin engine truck. That thing started out as it had 2 diesel engines with turbo 400, different bell housings and everything bolted up to that thing, and they kept blowing them up. Then they went to built diesel motors, and then they went to stock LS pre-owner motors, and then we drove it and we said it needed more power. So then they went to Danzio and they got 2 big blocks for it. So now it's definitely a handful, and now we're breaking more stuff, so it's kind of in development. But we wanted to race Parker a few weeks back to kind of see what it would do at San Felipe, and now that we did good at Parker, Clyde wants to go race Mint, so we got to do a quick turnaround on that. We're going to go race a Mint, and then go race San Felipe. So I think it's going to be good for the score season this year to go race that truck in a good spot. Last year we started racing that twin engine truck, and definitely had some issues. We got it sorted out now, and it should be good.
What a cool concept, dude. I saw a video of you online and it was just like an in-cab of you flying through the desert, and it looks like you're in like warp speed.
Yeah, it pulls hard. It has the same top mile an hour as any other truck, 140, 150 right there, right around there, and which is fast for an all-wheel drive vehicle. Like I know my dad's truck, when we had it out, it would only do about 138, 139. Like this thing gets to 140 and it stays at 140. And if you need more power, like it feels like the front is definitely being overdriven, as in like if it had an air locker to where we could take it at a full drive over 100 miles an hour, it would do 150, 160, no problem. But we're happy with it, and it's definitely a fast car.
It's wild to see what you guys are doing. It's really cool to be out here racing with you guys. I've been, obviously a fan of your old man for sure for a long time, and to be able to have you guys up here and kind of befriend you in the desert last year and tow you back to town it's a kind of a surreal feeling. But to have this platform and have you on, dude, it's an absolute pleasure. I won't take too much of your time today, but congratulations on qualifying today, and good luck in the race.
Yeah, thank
when
you.
you go out in the desert, and I hope to see you on the podium.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully I'm not seeing a tow rope this time.
I hope you don't see a tow rope either, dude, or a helicopter.
Or a helicopter.
All right, this is our Day Off Podcast here at King of the Hammers 26. Max Gordon, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks, dude.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, I want to give a quick shout out to CT Raceworks. CT Raceworks makes the baddest parts in the industry, including the parts that Kyle Chaney uses to win the 2025 King of the Hammers 4400 race. Now, if you would like to use those same parts, feel free to go over to CT Raceworks and use the Our Day Off discount code, and that will get you a 5% discount on your entire order at any time. So that's Our Day Off discount code upon checkout.